Okay, so here we are for the battle against Dashing Sceptile. They do bring the Sceptile, the Superior. I thought this was the worst Superior matchup I've ever seen in my life, so I am shocked to see that. The 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝙄𝘿𝙀𝘾 makes a little bit more sense. I kind of wish I brought my Crook to this game over Walking Wake, but there is actually no like realistically good answer to Wake. I guess that's what the Superior is here for. I felt like Florges was also pretty good at that job, but setting up T-Spikes goes a long way. So I might just do that off rip. I guess the concern is like, how do I switch it in to 𝘿𝙀𝘶𝘿𝙀? Also, if we are able to get up a Swords Dance, I think there's a good chance that my decidueye could just sweep. Again, it depends entirely on what their sets are, but okay. 𝘿𝙀𝘀 still good for the Weavile. Like, I could just lead off with Garg and Terra Grass early, because it looks so good into this team. It could potentially allow hazards up. Am I fine with that? Yes. Even if we didn't get that in on time, Garg is still at the top of my list there, so should be fine. Okay, so, I mean, the things that I wanted to Terra Water for, realistically just aren't here. So I think 𝘿𝙀𝘀 should be fine to not Terra. In fact, it's probably better that it doesn't Terra in this match, because water looks pretty bad. So, yeah. Good luck, have fun to Dashing. I want to say it's the first time we play, but I don't think it is. Okay, so that's going to be a 𝘿𝙀𝘀 lead. That's absolutely fine by me. I will just Terra off rip. And I can honestly good click Curse. I don't know if there's any downside to that. I don't think there actually is. I'm just going to do it. So with the Terra Grass, we can take on a 𝘿𝙀𝘀 just fine. That's an 𝘿𝙀𝘀𝘀 that's just come up in my... I typed in 𝘿𝙀𝘀𝘀 instead of 𝘿𝙀𝘀𝘶𝑒𝑙𝑒𝑘𝑖. And that was an 𝘿𝙀𝘀𝑀 that I just pulled up. They're just going to Volt Switch. Damage check. 3-1-2. Going to nosh on that Moranga Berry. And that's going to make us quite difficult to break down. However, Skarm could have the Whirlwind. If it doesn't have Whirlwind, I think we're okay. Snake comes in. So are you Covert Cloak on this? I am intrigued as to why this mon's come in. Glare? Are you looking... It can't glare me. Gastro Acid glare? Possibly. Just a Leaf Storm. Okay. Gonna miss the Stone Edge. That's to be expected. I will just Stone Edge one more time. Try and get my damage on this mon. Because that's still not doing a lot. As my capture card just freezes. We're going to miss a second Stone Edge, because why not? So we're now at... If this gets to +6, it still actually doesn't 2-hit KO me, so I will recover. Or at least according to this, it doesn't 2-hit KO me. Stone Edge would have 2-hit KO'd this, so there is that. And I will just recover one more time, get myself back up to a better amount of health. Dragon Pulse, that doesn't do a lot either. In fact, Dragon Pulse does less. And we once again will Stone Edge. I could set up on this one. There we go. Good job, Garg. Finally good for the one. I will recover. We are using quite a few recovers here, but I guess that does give me the opportunity to get to +2. So I might as well take it, right? I'm just going to Dragon Pulse. It puts me down to 283. So if I get to +3, this looks like it just OHKOs, so I will go for that. Do I want to use this many recovers? I think I do want to go for one more. And then I'll Curse, recover, and then we start going for things. Just going to Dragon Pulse again. That should Yeah, we should be fine. We'll go for one more. And then we start edging. So we'll have, what, 3 recovers left? That should be fine, I feel like. Yeah, there's Dragon Pulse. And this time I'll Stone Edge. I don't know if there's anything that can just take me out from here. Or, like, obviously there's going to be one more lot of damage. Leaf Storm does land. It does so little. Oh, come on, Garg. Pull your shit together. Well, we're going to run out of Stone Edges at some point, but we do have Salt Cure as well, so I guess that's something. The unfortunate thing is because we missed so many Stone Edges now, I do believe that we are going to be in range of other things. Yeah, like 50%. Okay, we'll do Landis. And pick up the KO of a crit. Okay, well. A little late. But better late than never, I guess. Right, so we're at +3. We're at like 170-ish health, which is 43%. Gonna see Peter come in. That is a Weavile. Does Salt Cure knock out Weavile at this range? Let's just have a quick look at this. Boots Attacker. At +3, Triple Axle doesn't knock me out unless it's choice banded. I don't think it's going to be choice banned. I think it's just going to be pads. So I will go for 1 recover here. Hey Axel, does that do enough? Doesn't look like it. No. So that does around 30%. Do I want to use my last recover here? I think I do, honestly. It's Triple Axle again. Like a 1 hit would be amazing, but 2 hits? No, I guess all 3. This is going to be the absolute most health we'll be at for the rest of the game. And I will just click Salt Cure here. I'm not risking a miss. Alright, Salt Cure. If they've kept track of recovers, they'll know that I'm out now, which is a little bit unfortunate. But, you know, it's the game we play. I'm hoping they haven't kept track and they just go for a Swords Dance here or something, trying to catch something. Triple Axle again. It's 2. Is it going to be 3? It's going to be 3. Okay, so we're going to end up at 137 after this, which is not terrible. Yeah, down goes Weavile. That's like the main threat for decidueye. We're at 35%. So if Manaphy has Ice Beam, then it will take me out. Finn comes in. It's going to be the Swampert. I will just Salt Cure you. Could be 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝙄, but at this point I think Garg has really just done its job. It's going to go for a Roar. Yeah, okay, so it probably thought the last move was going to be Terra Blast, which is pretty valid. And we get Wake in. Wake is probably just going to be a flip turn for me. That's really, really good damage. They didn't bring a resist, did they? So I could just Draco. This might be Spadef. Realistically, what are you doing to me? Not a lot. I will just Draco. Yeah, I'll get my damage, I assume, in exchange for rocks. They just Citrus. So I don't want to stay in on this turn, this next turn. They flip. Because this now gives them the chance to set up with Manaphy. We do have 2 Choice Scarfers, so yeah. Just gotta kind of hope that it's fine. Lightning comes in. That's actually 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝘶. I mean, if there's ever a time that I'm going to use Garg as a switch in, it's got to be this time, right? maybe I can use my 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝙄𝘔 as like a sort of check, or a way of potentially crippling Manaphy. They're just going to Volt. It's kind of fine because it doesn't really give them anything. They go Manaphy, I'll click Soul Cure on the off chance that they are Tail Glow. Bubbles comes in. They just Ice Beam. Okay, so they did have Ice Beam. I did think it was a possibility. I wasn't sure. It was like there was 4 or 5 moves that it could potentially have run. But shout out to 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝙄𝘔, you're a real one. You put in the finest of work here. If it wasn't for the few misses, then we would have been in a better spot. But you know, it is what it is. It's the game we play. I think I now want to just bring in 𝘿𝙀𝘀𝘶. Could be a Psychic. I don't know about that yet. Decidueye also is pretty free here. Either you go Skarmory or you... Did they bring the ground type? They did bring the ground type, okay. How much do you do? Hang on, let's have a quick look. Decidueye, Ice Beam to Decidueye through the Archie. 23. So we should be able to take another one afterwards, which means I could SD here. I could SD into Trailblaze. Do I even need to do that? Probably not, but I do want to click the SD because it will then 2-shot. Yeah, Skarmory comes in. It can 2-shot this. Do I might need to keep this around actually. I think I need to keep this, preserve it for that Manaphy. Do I think you have Brave Bird? You might well have Brave Bird. But +2 Poltergeist does 2-hit KO you. How much does Brave Bird do in return to me? I mean, it wouldn't take me out. So there is that. This mon is actually a huge win con. So let me not make any stupid plays and just go out into my... Just go out into Iron Crown. There's no reason to do anything else here. This helps spikes. Bruh. Okay. So what's a decent mid ground here? Honestly, I think Tachyon, Psychic Noise. I think Psychic Noise. Yes, it should be Swampert coming in. And that does 2-hit KO, so there is that. Okay, so Crown picks off you. Now I can Volt Switch for free. Lightning comes back in. I kind of want my damage on this. I won't outspeed you, but I do need a little bit of damage, I think. Psychic Noise would do around half. Thunderbolt shouldn't 2-hit KO me. So, yeah. They Volt Switch. Okay. Good lord, that specs. And Skarm just comes back in. Okay. Honestly, I'm just going to attack until I die. Because realistically, I just need to position my Decidueye to be able to 2-hit KO everything. And there's a chance that they just go out into... Okay, well, I do stay in. I was like, there's a chance that they could just go out into something else predicting the switch. Is 3 layers of spikes going to be enough? It is a Spec 𝘿𝙀𝘶𝘶. So maybe. I will Psychic Noise one more time. Because we're always in range of T-Bolt anyway, so I'd rather just keep this in... Keep it low. Can set up his 3rd layer of spikes for once, but it's going to body press. We take that. We die to the spikes now anyway, so I'll continue just to Psychic Noise. Barely misses out on the KO. 'Kay, 'kay, 'kay. 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 'Kay, 'kay, ' But that's fine. I can just go into you and flip. Like, realistically, you don't look particularly great against the rest of these mons. So I could click knockoff. I don't think you're going to take a specs hit. Probably not. But I think it might still be the way I go here. Don't DC, thank you. I'm at 269, which I think is too low to take a hit from 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝙄 at this point. It's a roll, but it's not a good roll. I can tell you that much for sure. I will just knock. Is it 𝘿𝙀𝘾𝙄𝘿𝙀𝘀? It is 𝘿𝙀𝙀𝘾𝙄𝘿𝙀𝘀. Okay, so now we're definitely not taking a hit. Yeah, I was going to say, it should be 𝘿𝙀𝙀𝘶 coming in here. Which is actually fine. I will knock and attempt to position myself to try and win with decidueye afterwards. If we get to +2 speed, we would still not outspeed Modest. Depends on his speed investment, honestly. This with Volt Switch, living on 1, expertly EV'd, not even close. But that might actually be worse for me. I'm going to be completely honest here. Citrus Berry, actually that's kind of fine. I'm just going to go hard out into Dogi, I think. And preserve this Wake for a sack. I think living there might have actually been more detrimental. Because this can now set up. Yeah. So I've got to go for my max poison potential. Surf, I think, just knocks me out. Yeah. Do we take a +3? I don't know if I've got any other choice. I think I've got to attempt it. Trailblaze into Leaf Blade should knock this out. And then I've got to hope that my Revavroom lives a hit and can knock out. But I mean, it depends entirely, because a +3 Ice Beam might just take me down through my 𝘿𝙀𝘀𝘶. No, we should actually be okay. And Trailblaze into Leaf Blade is a guaranteed kill. The downside is that it leaves me a little bit vulnerable to the 𝘿𝙀𝘶𝘿𝙀𝘀 afterwards. Unfortunately, 2 Trailblazes won't do enough. So I do have to Trailblaze into Leaf Blade. Gonna pop a 𝘿𝙀𝙀𝘶. We living. We not freezing. And yeah. I wish I could Trailblaze again, but I just can't. I lose to this mon immediately. So now it comes down to have my Revavroom that is bulky. Can it do the thing against the 𝘿𝙀𝘶𝘿𝙀𝘶? Sources are saying if it's Modest, it's a roll, and I would need a Gunk Shot Poison. That's what sources are saying. So the T-Bolt comes out, and it literally just comes down to this. What's unfortunate is if I hadn't lived on 1, I would have just been able to win at that point. So it's actually so much worse for me. Right, nothing else to do. We live. And we miss. Yeah, that's the story of this game, isn't it? That's unfortunate. We're going to lose 1-0 to Dashing. Good game to them. Unbeaten start doesn't quite continue, but still 3-1 is pretty good. It's 3-1 plus 12. And yeah, we're going to die to the spike here. I don't think there was much more I could have done outside of preserving the Garg, but at the same time, like, I had to waste like 3 recovers on Garg just because it missed so many times. So it is what it is. Good game to Dashing. Make sure to check them out, link in the description below. Like if you enjoyed the battle, subscribe, and until next one, have a great day, guys. Peace.